Hello, everyone. How are you? We had a day yesterday, didn't we? As I was explaining to you, the three shifts we need to make, and we can apply it in our day right here, right now. Boom, everything went away. We lost connection because of my provider. I am sorry, it's on my hand. Everything went black peach and we lost the connection. So, in order for me to apologize, I decided to do it again today. We'll start from the beginning all over again, but hopefully my provider will be strong enough to stay alive all the hour or so. It's about 45 minutes. So while I'm talking, please give me a thumb up if you do hear me well. Yes, yes. Of course. Thank you so much. It's good when technology is working on our side, isn't it? So, with no further delay, let's do this live training today. How to be rich with what you already have right here, right now in your life. Yes, and that is key. That is so important for you because if you learn to be rich with what you have right here, right now, you are creating an energy that will bring full of money in your bank account because you will attract everything that is meant for you. You will attract opportunity one after another. If you are not rich with what you have right here, right now in your life, believe me, it creates some catastrophic sabotaging in your financial situation. That's what it is. We need to truly go deep within and harmonize our thought, our entire body, our entire belief system with what we desire. And we all know that all of what we created when we were a kid is what is happening in our life presently. What you have, what you don't have is what happened in your subconscious mind. It is exactly what you have created when you were from 0 to 7, 0 to 6. It depends on the people. So, whatever happened in those 6, 7 first year of your life are the cause or the reason why you have what you have and why you don't have what you don't have. No matter how much you desire, no matter how much you want to change things, if you don't change that part, it's never going to happen. So, with no further delay, I want to talk to you about something that completely changed the way I see money, happiness, abundance, and honestly, human being. Because I think most people have misunderstood what it means to be rich. You see, most people see and believe that richness is what is about what you've got in your hands, materialistic object. How big is your house? How good is your car? That's how they define being rich. And the strange part is some of the richest people I've met in my life were not financially rich. And some of the most emotional, miserable people I've met in my life had millions in their bank account. And believe me, I have traveled for years and I've been in splendid, beautiful palace. I've met wealthy people, I've met rich people, and I have also met a lot of poor people. And one thing shocked me the most when I was young and I found this out was that some people live in very little places with very little amount of things, just the essential. And they are still waking up every morning grateful, in peace, and emotionally fulfilled, which is amazing because it does not go with our culture, not the North American culture, not the European culture. We have this value that rich is having the castle, is having 4 5 collective car in a garage, in a garage that is even bigger than a warehouse. That's being rich. But we're missing a part here. And you know, what I'm saying to you is basically that there are lots of people that are that rich, that do have all of those cars, and they do have castles, and they actually have many of them, but they are still unhappy and they are still emotionally empty. So those who have completely just the essential are emotionally fulfilled. And other people have everything and still feel empty inside, anxious, still chasing, still unable to relax. And that's the reality. And that is when I decided to look at it carefully. And I realized that money and richness are not the same thing at all. Type rich in the chat box if you ever met someone with money who still seemed deeply unhappy. Yes, of course you did. Yes. Yes, many of you. Yeah, a thumbs up is good. Yes, great reaction. I want to talk today about the emotional experience of richness. Not the number, not budgeting, not how much you got in your bank account and what you can do or not do. No, not the pretending money. No. I don't even want to say to you that money doesn't matter because it would be a lie. Money does matter, but not in the same way that you think money matters. Money matters to bring you what you want, to give you more experience, to ease your life. But what is important to know is your subconscious mind agreeing with whether money feels like it is something that gives you freedom or it is something that is scary. You see the difference. Whether your subconscious mind accept that money gives you freedom or does it thinks that is something scary. And that changed everything, by the way, because some people could receive $1 million today, tomorrow, and still emotionally live in survival mode for years down the road. Why? Because their nervous system has learned something. Nothing is ever enough. And until that change, nothing outside of them will ever feel satisfying. I've met people who panic spending $20 on themselves while sitting on hundreds of millions. That's wrong, isn't it? And I've met people with almost nothing who drink their morning coffee like life itself is already beautiful. So one person has money, the other person feel rich. That's the difference. One person has the money, but is emotionally empty, while the other person does not have plenty, but it does feel it. It feels so rich. That makes a difference. Are you the same person that think that money brings you freedom? Or are you the person who thinks that you already have plenty and you are waiting or you are welcoming to have more? Those are not the same thing. And this is where the subconscious becomes powerful. Because your subconscious mind is always asking one hidden question: is it safe to receive? That's the question. Is it safe to receive joy? Is it safe to receive love? Is it safe to receive vacation, time to be off? Is it safe to live in abundance? Is it safe to enjoy life now instead of when I will have X, Y, Z? But many people were raised believing if I'll relax, I'm not a good person. So I'll relax later and enjoy life later when I have totally completed my mission of having my first million in the bank. I'll be happy when I lost all the weight that I want to lose. I'll be happy when I pay all my debt. When everything is finally perfect, oh, then I can be happy. And suddenly, their whole life becomes emotionally postponed. Yes, everything is on the future possibility. I will when I get. And that means that the present moment, the now, the today, the right here, right now, does not exist for you. It's the future that exists. And all I want to say is like, how how do you do it? How can you accept to void the present, the moment here, for the future that you have no idea what it will be? Because frankly, no one knows their future. You don't know what's gonna happen at the end of that day today. So how can you expect to know that in 5 years, your business will be flourishing. How? You expect it, you want it, you desire, you work towards that, you make plans to make that happen. But are you 100% certain that in 5 years your business will be flourishing? You don't. And if you tell me that you do, I'll say, well, think about it and think again very hardly, because it's not possible. You can't even predict what's going to happen at the end of today's day. We can expect it, we can hope, but we never know for certain that today's going to end a certain way, because there are unpredictable events all the time, and we never know when they're going to happen. So postponing is not necessarily the key to creating a good future. I know that we all want to create a good future. We all want to live in abundance. We all want to have a certain amount of, well, of things, you know. I want a certain kind of a house. I want a certain kind of a car. I want to give to my kids. I want to be able to travel. I want money so that I can experience life the way I want it. And we need money to do that. So I want that. But am I convinced that I know exactly how I'm going to get that? If you are, just tell me. Please give me the key, give me the answer, give me the secret way to go about it and do it. Because all those years I've been working on it, I still have not found it a magic way to make it happen. But what I found is that do not postpone your life. Do not postpone the moment present, because it is the present that creates the future. Not thinking of the future. No, because you may think it will happen, but you have no certainty. What you have control of is the present moment. You have control right here, right now, on how you feel, how you think, what you believe in. So there are physically different emotional moments that can happen in your life. Postponing is not the key. You see, if you are constantly emotionally waiting for the future to show up, you may miss the boat. So, if you agree with me, type waiting. If you agree that postponing is the wrong path. Yes, there's people's acting. Yes, okay, thank you. Yes, if you ever caught yourself actually thinking that happiness will happen when, please stop it. Because this pattern is everywhere, and most of the people have this pattern. And what's heartbreaking here is that some people finally get money and they still feel unhappy. They still feel an emptiness. And because this emptiness was never financial, it was emotional. That's why Today, they have achieved and they have their castle and their car and they are financially stable and rich, but they're miserable. It is because their challenge was never about finance, it was emotional, subconscious mind, identity based. Their nervous system became addicted to pressure, to achievement, to providing, to chasing, to even survival mode. So peace itself starts feeling uncomfortable. And this is why some people sabotage abundance. Not because they want to suffer, of course. It's because suffering feels familiar. And familiar feels safe to the subconscious mind. That is why they keep at it. It is unconscious. That's why a person can become successful and still never feel successful. Now, let me show you something beautiful here. Some of the happiest people I met traveling the world had almost no possession. I've said that already. But you know what they had? They had presence. They laughed together, they cooked together, their food. They sat outside watching the sunset. They danced, they sang, they connected. Meanwhile, some people living in luxury Rome cannot ever sit in silence for more than 5 minutes without feeling anxiety. So we need to ask a deeper question here. What is richness really? Because your definition of richness is only external. You may spend your entire life emotionally starved while trying to look successful. And that's happening to millions of people right here, right now. They are collecting achievement while losing themselves. Now, this does not mean don't make money. No, of course. Money is beautiful. Money creates freedom, experience, safety, and gives you a lot of possibility. But notice something. The more money you have, the more it amplifies who you already are emotionally. You are feeling empty. The more money you will have, the more it will amplify the feeling of emptiness. That's the key here to understand. If you feel peaceful, money amplifies the peace. That's why two people can make the same exact income and live completely different emotional reality. One feels trapped, the other feels grateful. One feels deprived, the other feels abundance. One constantly say it's not enough because it feels empty inside. The other one says, wow, my life is already beautiful. And you know what? I am open to more. That emotional state change everything. Because abundance is not only what you have, it's what your nervous system allows you to feel. And today, I want to give you three powerful shifts you can start using immediately, by the way. The first shift: stop postponing your life. Stop talking about happiness like life is in the future. Your subconscious hears that constantly. And eventually, your brain learns joy is always somewhere else. Instead of being asking what already exists in my life right now, right here, that I cannot even fully receive because I already have it, right? Begin with simple stuff: your coffee, your bed, your music, your children, your friendships, your sunlight, your body, your breathing, your home, your quiet moment. Can your nervous system receive them? Of course they can. You already have it. So start with that. Embrace that. Appreciate that. And by doing that, you are stopping this habit of wanting and having all the time in the future because you are suddenly right here, right there in the present moment, identifying what you already have and appreciate. Because if you are rushing through life emotionally absent, you're not going to change anything in your life. You're going to stay stuck with this emotional absency of thinking the future is what's going to bring me my happiness, my financial freedom, my everything, I guess. And that's the wrong attitude because you have no control on your future. You have control on your now, on your moment that you are breathing and living right here, right now. And the best way to stop thinking of this future is to appreciate what you have right here, right now. You see, richness starts with receiving. So if you already are in the moment, appreciating what you already have received, you are creating the energy change right here, right then, because you are focused on the now. And now change your energy, your way of being and of thinking. The moment present, embrace it. Find whatever that you have and appreciate it right here, right now, so that it change your energy. And as soon as your energy change, you attract more of that. The second shift I want you to do right here today is notice your emotional relationship with money. When you spend on yourself, see, not the amount that you will spend, that doesn't matter really. The number is not there. What I want you to notice is the emotional impact it has on you when you decide to spend on yourself or for yourself. You go at a store and you buy the most expensive perfume suddenly. You do it maybe twice in your life, and as soon as you bought it, you feel guilty maybe. Maybe you even think that oh my God, you spent too much. Oh my God, I should have spent this for my kid. I should have paid a bill. I should have done that. You feel terrible because you have spent a few $1,000 on yourself. Well, Let me tell you something. If you immediately panic because you have spent some money on yourself, feel irresponsible, well, it is because unconsciously you learned that if you enjoy money, you are. It's like you also probably feel like if you rest, you're lazy, right? Because you're not doing anything. You gotta be productive all the time. And it's like, if I receive, then I'm selfish. So I give, but I don't want to receive. Because if I receive, I'm not a good person here. I give because I want people to like me. I feel better to go and give to other people than to think of me, of myself. And those subconscious beliefs, they create suffering. Yes, they do, because you suffer because of that. Even when money arrives, you're still thinking like that. And it's not right, you see? Because if you internal world associate receiving with danger, with bad, with being selfish, that's what you create. That's what you attract in your life. So you need to change this attitude. You need to be able to go out right here, right now, today, spend a little bit on yourself. I don't say empty your bank account on yourself, but go spend a little bit on yourself and feel good about it. Be happy about it. Enjoy it. Appreciate it. Put that energy out so that it change the way you think about spending money on yourself. And little by little, give yourself a better gift. But please allow yourself to give yourself once a week a gift, a something. If it's to have a great meal that you don't always have because it costs too much for you, well, go have it once a week. Give yourself something that allows you to appreciate who you are and reverse that energy of not giving to yourself. Great. Our third shift, start defining your version of rich life, not social media's version, not society's version, not your parents' version, not your uncle version, yours, your own version of richness. Maybe richness for you is freedom, peace, being at the beach, having a slow morning, traveling maybe. Maybe it's family dinner. Maybe it's always going in nature and having fun. I don't know. But I'm saying to you, find out your own definition of richness for yourself. Because otherwise, it's the world that will define it for you. And believe me, the world does not always give us what we want. And most people are chasing lives they don't even truly want. That's why they arrive at the success feeling empty. Now, here's the beauty part here. When your subconscious start feeling safe with joy, safe with peace, safe with receiving, you're naturally bringing, attracting, and more opportunities. That's right. When you are changing all of this energy, subconscious belief, you are literally changing the dynamic in your life because you are starting to attract more opportunity. And it's not magical, by the way, it's just the way it is. It's the energy within you, it's the belief within you that creates. But because your entire energy changes, your decision change as well. Your confidence changes. Your relationship changes. And your creativity changes. Your way of going about life changes. So when all of this changes, then financial freedom starts to happen slowly but surely. And it starts to happen in a way that makes you happy, in a way that fulfills you. So maybe for you, being rich was having 10 millions in your bank account. But when you start going about that way, maybe you find out that having 2 million is just good enough. That's what I'm trying to say. Defining what richness is for you, your own version of being rich, is one thing. And it's important to do it because we don't want life to create it for us. We want us to define it for us. And when we define it, it brings us confidence. It brings us an energy that creates different relationship with other people, different communication with other people, allowing different experience. And because of that, we are becoming creative and we are suddenly creating opportunities that will allow us to change our life and create something different in our life because it creates an openness about change and life. And that's the biggest way to truly change our life. Because life begins responding differently to you when you change all of those energy and way of behaving. Because you suddenly open up differently to life. You do not have anymore this sabotaging energy within you because you have changed your belief. You have changed the way you think. You're now not seeing future the way you did before, where everything would have came when you would have this and that. No, you do have it right here, right now. Because abundance grows best in a nervous system that no longer lives in constant emotional lack. So, today, I want you to stop saying one thing. I want you to stop saying, I will be rich when I have. Stop seeing, thinking, and feeling that all of this will happen in the future. Stop seeing it and saying it that it is right here, right now. So don't say, how much money do I have? I don't have a lot of money. Oh, you look at your bank account and whoa, only that. Stop it. Start asking this: do I know how to feel rich? And begin answering that question. Do I know how to feel rich? And the best way to answer this question is to find in your life what you already have, because that change your entire life. It changed the energy. It changed everything right now, right here. And if you want to go deeper into this work, into subconscious identity, emotional abundance, receiving, any transformation that is invisible, any pattern keeping you emotionally stuck, because that's basically what it is. All we are talking about it here today is that we, each one of us, have patterns that are invisible, and they are keeping you and me stuck emotionally, stuck physically, and stopping us from creating and having the life we truly want. That's the deeper work I help people do, by the way. I help people go deeper within their subconscious mind, because true transformation does not happen only financially. It happens emotionally first, subconsciously first. Then it becomes energetically changed, transformed. And then it becomes humanly accessible, humanly here in the now. So, if you ever want to go deeper, it is important to do it, because once that is changed, it's everything that starts changing around you. So today, I want to remind you three things right here, right now, before we wrap up that training here. So, number one, I said to you, stop postponing your happiness. Stop thinking, when I have this in the future, my happiness will be here. No, we stop that right here, right now, because if your subconscious keep believing joy only exists later, you will spend your whole life emotionally waiting. Number two, pay attention to the emotion behind money, not just the amount, right? The feeling that you have when you spend on yourself, because many people are not struggling financially as much as they are struggling emotionally with receiving guilt, worthiness, and safety, right? They do not allow themselves to spend on themselves, and that is wrong. Number three, define your version of rich life, not society, not social media, yours. Because the moment your nervous system start feeling safe with peace, joy, and abundance, love, and receiving, your entire life begins to change, because the energy is all changed. And if today's life made you realize that, hey, you know what? I didn't know that, but wow, maybe my relationship with money is deeper than I thought. Then I want you to DM me the word rich, please. Just the word rich in a DM. My team and I are going to personally reach out to you, and I'll have a free conversation with you about the subconscious pattern that may be keeping you stuck in emotionally, like survival mode, guilt, overworking, fear of receiving, whatever it is, because each one of us has unique sabotaging ways, right? We have different way of seeing money. And whatever is the cause that sabotage your financial freedom, we will find it. I promise you to pinpoint at least one of them, and I'll give you the solution to free up yourself towards that lack or that guilt or that survival mode you keep at it, because that is what I do. You see, sometimes the problem is not money. Sometimes the problem is the subconscious identity you learned around money. And once that changes, it changes everything in your life. So, if you're ready to explore the deeper way of your subconscious mind, DM me the word rich. I would truly love to hear your story. Don't forget, you are a magnificent seed and flower. All you need is to improve your crown. All you need is to change your subconscious story and start believing in you, because you are as important as anyone in this world, in this life. So we'll talk soon. I'm here for your question and anything that you need help with. Have a wonderful week.